poppin'?
Hi friends! Welcome back to our channel where we competitively play sports. One day we aspire to be in the Olympics for shot put and underwater diving.
Underwater diving as opposed to above water diving?
Yeah.
All right, let's be real.
Yes,
you know why
we're here for the adventure challenge. Woo!
Last week we put out our indoor camping adventure and that was really fun. We ended up watching a movie called The Long Shot with Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron, and it was a really funny movie. I recommend it.
I'd give it like a 9 out of 10.
It was a pretty good movie. We're kind of Seth Rogen fans, so it makes sense. Unfortunately, we did not sleep there for the whole night because our cat Meredith was being a little psycho, and so we ended up actually moving back into our original bedroom. But we did get a few good hours in the tent, and we watched a movie, and that's basically all that matters. So
Super cozy.
We're hoping this one is going to be better. So we are on our second adventure. This one has this symbol right here, which means that we need to plan at least 48 hours ahead of time to do this challenge. It is the beginning of the weekend. We are going to be scratching it, doing this intro, and then we'll actually be doing the challenge on either Sunday or Monday. The adventure is called Ask Your Parents. So I don't really know what that means. Let's get scratching. Round 2. We're gonna be scratching off this one. What was that noise? I'm really excited to see what this one is because like all night last night I was like, what do we have to plan for?
This is what we have to call our parents to start.
Call our parents? It says, number 1, call your parents or grandparents and ask them about their first memorable date. Get specifics, what they noticed about each other, where they went, and what they were wearing. Number 3, attempt to recreate the date. Number 4, capture your date with a video or a cute picture and send it to your parents or grandparents. Okay, I think our best bet is to probably go with our grandparents.
You can do your grandparents and go straight back to your motherland.
We go back to Deutschland. I think it'd be fun to get my grandparents' first memorable date and kind of try to recreate that. So we're gonna be doing this adventure, not today, in a couple of days. So I will get all the information and we will go from there. We will be back in a couple of days to start our third adventure challenge.
Yeah, woo!
That's the energy we like to see. That's the energy from the last video.
The last time I wasn't as hyped, but I thought we were doing videos for like our competitive sports, but I guess we're not.
I tricked him to get him more hyped up about this. We will see you next time for our adventure. Bye! So I am sitting here with my maternal grandparents. I would like you guys to introduce yourselves.
And my name is Renus.
As you guys know from the challenge that we scratched off, we need to get a date from our grandparents' lives and recreate it. So we're sitting here to get the story of a memorable date that you guys had in your teenage years, your early 20s, and Bobby and I are going to try to recreate it. So before we start talking about that, how did you guys meet? After the bread baker goes off, then you can answer that. That smells so good. Tell me how you guys met.
We met at a church youth group meeting.
And how old are you?
Probably 18.
18?
She was visiting a friend and we went to the youth meeting. I thought, that's an interesting young lady. Said hello and goodbye
And he said, can I have your phone number?
No.
I just gave him the phone number and he didn't write it down. I thought, I'll never remember that. But it did.
I remembered. Showed us that that's what it was meant to be, right?
And how long did you guys date before you either proposed or got married?
No, 2.5 years.
Probably about 2 years.
2.5 years.
Let's do a recap of your life then. You guys had your first child, who was my mother, Rhonda. And then how many more kids did you guys have?
Well, we got married in 1967 and we lived in a little apartment, and within a year he started building our first house because he was a builder. And then it took another 1.5 years before we had a little baby named Rhonda Jane. And then we had Cheryl Louise. And then shortly after we had Kevin Derek. And then 4 years later we had Wesley James. And then 6 years later we adopted 2 little babies. We were foster parents and we knew about 2 little babies that needed a home.
She kept bugging us that we needed to adopt a baby.
Well, we were foster parents. We had 200 foster kids in our home since we were married.
So how many years now has it been since you guys have been married?
54 years.
What are some things that you guys like to do together?
I tell you what is really important, and that probably saved our marriage. We had 6 kids. We were very busy. We made a decision to have a date every week because he was busy building and I was busy raising kids. And so we got a babysitter and we just went away. Every Friday night, we either went to Tim Hortons for coffee or we went to Swiss Chalet for dinner. We did a lot of concerts.
Yes.
We saw a lot of really famous people at Hamilton Place.
Well, that's something that we could recreate, but we could make that our own. Is there anything else that you guys would like to say? Maybe something that you want to teach all the youngsters about long-term marriage?
Long-term marriage will depend on how you're able to compromise. No one's life is perfect, and if you can't overlook things, you're going to have a problem. You just have to work through things, and eventually it will work out.
Yeah.
And you know what? Communication.
Yeah, that's a big one.
We talk about the things, and if you can't resolve it, you try to get help to resolve it.
Yeah.
I think the fact that we dated all the time, honestly, the whole time we were married, we dated, but we had to get away and just have a chance to talk and be with each other, and that to me was really, really, really important, and that saved a lot of problems.
Being able to like separate like your life from like your home life type thing.
Yeah.
Like you guys have your own thing and then you have your home thing.
Thank you so much for interviewing with me. Bye! So first of all, I wanted to thank my grandma and my grandpa for doing that interview with us. It was a really good chance just to sit down and learn more about their childhood. Because of COVID, we are not able to go to a concert, but what we have decided to do is we've decided to go and get Swiss Chalet because that was a big thing. Plus,
I'm so excited for this. Love Swiss Chalet.
My grandma has sent me a couple of links of some songs of concerts that she had been to from her past, and then we are going to eat our Swiss Chalet on the back porch, and it's going to be a good time, I think. Again, I want to say thank you to my grandma and grandpa for doing that for us. Thank you. Thank you. We love you very much, and we will see you after our Swiss Chalet. Bye. Guess where we are?
Swiss Chalet.
Okay, have fun.
Okay, bye.
Bye. See you later. Look at this guy. Look what he got. Look what he got. What'd you get? We're back home. We are outside because this is the most concert-y we're gonna get. This is what we got. We got Swiss Chalet, which is Bobby and I's favorite restaurant, so it works out. What we're gonna do first actually is take the picture on the Polaroid of us with our food so that we know we got the food aspect of it as well. This is Nina Muscuri. They saw apparently her multiple times. Pierogies.
Listen to the skies, all is calm, all is
It's like a shaker.
Christmas jingle and the jingle bells, bringing old toy train. Don't you think it's time you were in bed?
This is Roger Whittaker.
No relation to Forrest Whitaker.
We don't know that.
I shouldn't say anything.
When I was telling my parents that we were doing this, my dad piped up and said that his dad was also a huge fan of Nana Muscuri. Nana Muscuri, I think that's what her name is. Which I thought was really cool because not only does this now honor my maternal grandparents, but also now my paternal grandfather, which is just great because I can tie that also into this.
Two birds, one stone, man.
Both my sets of grandparents were into that kind of music, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes, flute.
Wow! Got some Gordon Lightfoot, which I know they went and saw in concert. All right, Bobby's here to put the picture in the book. So that's the picture that we took of the Swiss Chalet. I was actually thinking, so like the original challenge said that like we got to get specifics of like what they were wearing. It was just so hard to do this because like COVID. They were like, you know, we went to a concert and there was an actual concert going on and we could dress like it was just, you know what I mean? Like we're trying to do the best that we can.
Could have gone to like a thrift store and like really gone back to like what they probably would have kind of looked like. But unfortunately we weren't able to, so we had to just wear our normal clothes. So I'm gonna peel this off. Oop, I did a little crotch crooked. Uh-oh.
That's okay. It's okay.